Alton, Illinois is a small town with a beautiful view of the river. One thing about this location is their local businesses. When you drive through this unique river town, you notice that there are not a lot of corporations in the area, but family-ran businesses. Hi, I'm Danny, and I'm here to talk to the owners about their establishments, as well as how they're coping after the COVID pandemic hit, and give you the insights of the places that you all love. This is Talk Local. I sat outside of Morrison's Irish Pub with one of the three owners, Mary Morrison, who back in 2015 opened this unique Irish pub with her wife Lisa Morrison and daughter Katie Van Kirk. These three women have worked their way into the hearts of anyone that has stepped foot into their establishment. With their amazing personalities, you can't get this Irish experience anywhere else in Alton. A menu of Irish cuisine and 80+ Irish whiskeys to choose from, and Irish music always playing in the background, with amazing live performances every weekend. Thanks for joining me, Mary, and I want to know, what made you want to start Morrison's?
So we started looking originally getting a wine place down in Grafton, and we were kind of butting our head against the wall. Several months had passed, and someone had said, actually one of the bankers said, your business plan's great, why are you looking at something else instead of your own place? And we stopped. It made us pause and go, what is it we love and where is our heart? And instantly we all knew we loved our Irish heritage. We loved the time that we had been to Ireland and visited the pubs there, and we thought they were something special. And so we thought if we could just bring any piece of this back to the States and let someone experience what we had, what a gem it would be.
And what made you want to pick Alton, Illinois out of all places, and especially the downtown area?
The reason we chose Alton, we looked around at several towns, from Jerseyville all the way to Grafton. When we looked at Alton, there was a couple things. One, the property, being the age that it is, spoke to us as a pub. When you have a building that's 156 years old now, we could see it. You could just, even though it had no kitchen, none of that other stuff, we could look at the building and go, that we can put love into, and that's a pub. And then the other part was we spoke with the mayor, who was at the time Brent Walker, and when we were talking to him about the town of Alton and what we had planned on doing, we were informed that they had a strong desire to build up Alton and to make it a destination spot. And we loved the idea of that and being a part of that.
I want to backtrack to your first statement. How many times have you actually been to Ireland?
Been to Ireland 5 times, and I think one of the most memorable was probably right before we opened our pub. My daughter Katie got married, so we were crazy enough that we were over in Ireland, had a big wedding, a honeymoon, and then came back and a day later opened the pub.
Prior to the pandemic, I know that your main problem was actually the floods, and then this TV show called Small Town Revolutions came in and gave the town a grant. They also allowed small businesses to apply for some of this money, and you guys won. How did that help you guys?
Small Town Revolution came right at the end of a period where we were running financially out of money to back the pub, because when you start a business, you lose the first few years. And we were at the point where we didn't think we could financially pull through another summer. So it was huge to get their help and their assistance to try to figure out how we can get the money we needed to keep going.
Did you feel a difference between COVID-19 and the floods?
Absolutely. They're both devastating in their own way, but a flood hits you and it's devastating, but it ends eventually. The longest one was several months, and we thought that was horrible. COVID was devastating, but you had to work with it. You had to keep changing and figuring out how can you adjust? How can I keep my employees going? How can I keep this business going?
What made you, Katie and Lisa, just want to keep going with this business after all of this stuff has happened?
So I used to say that we were Irish strong and we keep fighting. Now I say, I don't know if we're Irish strong or Irish stupid. But in all honesty, it's just, there's been so much support from this community, and we love what we've built here, and we love the feeling in this pub and the relationships that we've built with the people. We don't want to let it go. We'll fight as hard as we can for it.
Once again, I want to thank Mary for sitting down and talking with me today. And if you want to know more about Morrison's, just go to their local website, morrisonsirishpub.com, or their Facebook at Morrison's Irish Pub. And if you want to listen to the rest of the interview, just go to my YouTube channel at Danny York. I would like to thank my guests for taking the time and talking to me today, as well as you, the listeners. So stay tuned next week for more interviews like this, and you've been listening to Talk Local.